Good afternoon students, welcome to your English online class. I hope more students will join immediately. In the last class, we have learned about past continuous tense and we have learned and discussed how do we use the verb to be in positive, negative and questions. We form positive sentences, we form negative sentences and we use questions with the past continuous tense and how the verb to be, the base form of the verb to be will change in these three kinds of sentences or in these three forms we have already discussed. Again we will revise it. To be will change into was or were with the subjects in positive sentences in past continuous tense. That means the subject is I, he, she, it, Ritu, a bird, etc. Then with the subject we use was. In past continuous tense, if the subject is you, we, they or the birds or any other third person plural subject, then we use were with the subject. And when we make negative sentences using past continuous tense, then we have to use not after was or were in the sentence. For example, I, he, she, it, Ritu, a bird was not. And you, we, they, the birds or any other third person plural subject were not. And if we have to frame questions in past continuous tense, then we have to start the question with was or were according to the subject. For example, was I, he, she, it, Ritu, a bird. For example, was I, was he, was she, was it, was Ritu, was a bird. Were you, were we, were they, were the birds. If the subjects are you, we, they, the birds or any other third person plural, then we have to start the question with a where. And today we are going to discuss about future tense. We learned about present tense, present continuous tense, that means simple present tense and present continuous tense. Then we learned about simple past tense and past continuous tense. Now we are going to learn about simple future tense. So children, why do we use simple future tense and how can we form simple future tense? These are the things which we are going to discuss in this particular slide along with the format which help us to form the simple future tense. Now see, the simple future tense is formed by adding will or shall before the root verb. Root verb means we know that it is the base form of the verb without having any addition to it at the end. For example, no s, no es, no ed, no ing at the end of the verb. For example, the root forms are base, jump, hop, sing, dance, write, etc. Now, To form a simple future tense sentence, we have to add will or shall before the base form of the verb. That means we have to use will or shall just after the subject. Okay, just after the subject, then comes will or shall, then comes the verb. Now see, why do we use simple future tense? Simple future tense speaks about an action that will happen in the immediate future. तुरंत होने वाली वह नहीं, तुरंत होने वाली कोई चीज़ के बारे जब हम बात करेंगे तभी हम सिंपल फ्यूचर टेंस यूज करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, I am going to, there are two ways to express simple future tense that we will learn in the next slide. Okay, I will go to Mumbai tomorrow. Immediately, tomorrow itself it's going to happen. So if something is going to happen in the immediate future, then that means अभी अभी होने वाला, मतलब जस्ट होने वाला चीज़ों के बारे when we are talking about और जब हम बात करते हैं then we use simple future tense. Look here, the format of simple future tense is very easy: subject plus will or shall plus base form of the verb, that is called a V1. I already told you, V1 plus object. And if we have to form negative sentence, then what do we do? Will or shall will change into its a negative form, that is want. You can see in the slide, W-O-N-D, want. So the format will be subject plus want, no will or shall, only one negative form, that is want. Subject plus want plus V1 plus object. For example, I will go to school soon. I will go to school soon. It is going to happen in the immediate future. Now how do you make the negative? I want to go to school soon. Okay, will change into want. Now let's see the second sample. He will sleep within a short while. He will sleep within a short while. Now let's see how can we make it into negative. He won't sleep within a short while. So instead of will we are using want. So here if we are using positive sentences, if you have to make positive sentences in simple future tense, the format is written here. Positive means positive sentences. Okay, subject plus will or shall plus V1, base form of the verb. And if we have to frame negative sentences in simple future tense, then we use subject plus want plus V1. Already we have discussed these two. And if we have to frame a question in simple future tense, what should we do? Will plus subject plus V1. It can be will or shall. Okay, will or shall plus subject plus V1. For the same examples, let's make questions. See, I will go to school soon. We will make a question with the same sentence. Will I go to the school soon? Will come first, then subject I, then V1 go. Okay, will I go to the school soon? To school soon is the object. So will I go to school soon is the question form of this particular sentence. Then at the end of the question you have to put a question mark. Now he will sleep within a short while. Let's form a question with it. Will he sleep within a short while? Will first, then subject he, then sleep is the first form of the verb or V1, then object within a short while. Will he sleep within a short while? I hope you are understanding the format which I am explaining to you. Children, we are learning two lessons combinedly. Those are lesson number 22 and 23. Okay, both are having the tenses. That's why I am taking it continuously, because it's a continuous means topic is a continuous topic. So I am taking it together. Okay. So we will be covering the concepts what you have to learn in lesson number 22 and 23 in the same slide, right? Now here let's see what we are going to learn in this particular slide. We are going to learn more about future tense. In the last sentence, last slide we learned how to form simple future tense. We learned the rule subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object, right? Here in this slide you are going to learn more about future tense, right? What is that? What are the more informations that we are going to get in this slide are we are using different ways to form simple future tense. Mostly we are using three different ways to express simple future tense. We are going to discuss those three ways in this particular slide. Look at the slide. There are three ways of writing about the future. That means simple future. Let's see the first one. We can use present continuous to speak about future. That means if we have some plan. Suppose I have a plan to write an exam. Okay. Or I have a plan to go for a music class. So what will I do? I will use simply present continuous tense to express my thoughts or ideas or about my plan in future tense. For example, I am going for my music class soon. I am going for my music class soon. Or you already have a plan to go somewhere else or to do something, then we can express it in simply present continuous tense. Let's see the example. I am going for a picnic on Saturday. It's already fixed that Saturday you will be going for a picnic. So you can express your plan by using present continuous tense. That's why it is I am going for a picnic on Saturday. That's the first way of expressing future tense using present continuous tense. Now what is the second way? Let's see. We also use going to talk about the future. For example, instead of will or shall we use going to. For example, I am going to pick up my father. Maybe your father is coming from somewhere. He may be reaching the railway station, so you have to go and pick him up. So you can express it like this. I am going to pick up my father. Where are you going? I am going to pick up my father. It didn't happen, you are going only. That means action is going to happen in future. But you can express your decision by using going to. If we already have a decision, then we have to use this word, that means going to express it in future tense. Okay, that means we are using going to express our decisions in the future. Okay. Now let's see the sample. He is going to write an exam. It's already a decision. He has to write. It's a decision. So we can use going to there to express about this decision in future. Now let's see the third way. It is we also use will to talk about our intentions. That is what we learned in the last slide. That is the most common way of expressing our ideas or intentions in future tense. That is subject plus will or shall plus base form of the verb or V1. Okay, let's see. We will meet you tomorrow. We is subject, will verb, then meet is first form of the verb or V1, and you tomorrow is the object. We will meet you tomorrow. So I hope students you have concentrated and understood what is written here. We can use present continuous if we have a plan in future tense to express our ideas in future tense. If you have a decision, we can use going to express our decisions in future tense. And commonly we speak about our ideas and intentions by using will or shall with the subject. Okay, I hope you understood these three ways in which we are using to form sentences to express our thoughts in future tense. Let's see what is waiting for us in the next slide. It is future continuous tense. I told you already, we learned about simple present tense, present continuous tense, simple past tense, past continuous tense. Now we learned about simple future tense. Then we have to learn future continuous tense. So how do we form So here verbs, future continuous tense. So what do we do to form simple future tense sentences? What is the format? Why do we use simple future tense? These are the things which we are going to discuss in this slide. Yeah, you people are forming sentences, very nice. Good children. Okay. The future continuous tense tells about an action that will be going on at a certain time in the future. Okay, that means it is all about plans. Okay, and here I see 26 children live, but very few students are responding. Okay, so all the students, you have to write at least one sample of future continuous tense soon after my discussion is over. Okay. Type in the live chat, all the 28 students should send one sentence. Now, the future continuous tense tells us about an action which is going on for some time, okay, in the future. For example, she will be practicing Casio in the evening. It will be going on for some time. This action will take place in future. और फ्यूचर में ही होगा, तो भी वो थोड़ी देर के लिए वो एक्शन चलेगा. ओके, ऐसा कोई एक्शन के बारे हम बात करते हैं, देन वी यूज फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. सो लेट्स सी एन एग्जाम्पल. व्हाट इज द एग्जाम्पल? You see, first of all we will discuss the format. The format of future continuous tense is subject, then will be, no shall be. Okay, we know that to form simple future tense we use the format subject plus will. Now you have to add be also with the will. That's all, no other change. Okay, subject plus will be plus ing form of the verb. You have to use ing form of the verb plus object. For example, you see, she subject will be plus practice, ing form is practicing. She will be practicing Casio in the evening. In all continuous tenses, whether it is present, whether it is past, whether it is future, you have to use ing form of the verb. Now let's see the next example. We will be meeting you at the station soon. We is the subject, will be, meet, ing form is meeting, you at the station soon is object. We will be meeting you at the station soon. Okay, now let me see how many of you understood this particular topic, future continuous tense. Ritu will be going to park in the Ritu will be going to the park in the evening. Okay. She will be practicing cashew in the morning. Maneka Singh, that is Priyanka Singh. Better you have taken the same sample from the class and evening you changed into morning. You make a new sentence. Okay. You make a sentence of your own. I will be going to Bhopal next vacation. Okay. Mom will be going to a hotel. Mayan will be going to a hotel. Okay. Again, Lavanya Pidurkar, you have to use future continuous tense. Subject plus will be plus ing form of the verb plus object. Rashi Virutkar, Ram will be going to Delhi tomorrow morning. I will meet you. Better you write, form the sentences in which an action is going to continue for some time. Okay. For example, Lata will be dancing tonight. She is going to dance for some time. Ronnie will be going to a hotel. Meher. For example, Pratyush can change that sentence like this. Ronnie will be attending a meeting in Hotel Meher. Means meeting will be continuing for some time. Like that. Yes, my mother will be baking a cake for me this weekend. That's correct, because the action is going to continue for some time. Okay, nice. So we have completed the topic, and thank you for attending the class, students. So in the past 2 weeks we were discussing about tenses, and through this presentation we have discussed about simple present tense, and then we have discussed about present continuous tense. So we will have a very quick revision of what we have learned in the last 2 weeks. Okay, you will have an exam on Friday. Okay, Friday you will be having an exam on this topic, verb tenses. Okay, verbs are doing words we already learned, and every verb changes by adding s or es or ing or ed according to the tenses. Right, it will have special endings. Then we learned that verbs have base form which has no special ending with it. Okay. Then we learned about simple present tense, and we learned the format of simple present tense as subject plus V1 or S or ES or IES form of the verb plus object. And we understood that simple present tense is used to talk about actions, happenings right now, or habitual actions, that means habits, or general truths and facts. Examples are the sun rises in the east. And we understood that to form negative sentence we have to use subject plus do or does not according to the subject plus V1. And we understood to form the questions in simple present tense we have to follow do, does plus subject plus V1 format. Right. And we learned how to use to be in simple present tense. I, he, she, it, I plus am plus first form of the verb is used in the positive sentences. He, she, it, Ritu, a bird plus is used in positive sentences in simple present tense. In present continuous tense. You, we, they, the birds plus are is used in present continuous tense. And in negative forms we use I am plus not, he, she, it, Ritu, a bird, is not, you, we, they, the birds are not in present continuous tense. To form questions we have to use am plus I, is he, she, it, Ritu, a bird or any other singular third person verb. Are plus you, we, they, the birds or any third person plural subject, not verb, subject. And the present continuous tense expresses actions that is happening at the time of speaking and is going on. And we form present continuous tense by following the format subject plus am, is or are according to the subject plus V1 or ing form. We have to say ing form of the verb plus object. For example, I am reading a book. Simple past tense is formed by adding ed to the regular verb. Irregular verbs take different forms such as ran, made, etc. The past tense expresses, simple past tense expresses actions that happen in the past and is over. It is formed by using the format subject plus V2 plus object. And negative sentences are formed by subject plus did not plus V1. Questions are formed by did plus subject plus V1. So then we learned about past continuous tense, which is formed by subject plus was, where plus ing form of the verb plus object. It is used to talk about an action that was going on for some time in the past. Then we started learning today's slide. So students, I am ending the class here. Till we meet in the next class, it's a bye from me. See you in the next